Hello everybody and welcome to Olivia Rose Floral Design. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own spectacular, beautiful floral display. We will be using some stocks, some roses, some two-tone foliage and this beautiful tiny little pink flower. And I will show you how to do that. Enjoy! Okay, so today we are going to use some stocks, some white stocks. I've got some two-tone foliage, some cream roses which I've cut down earlier just so you don't have to watch me defawn and cut them down, and then we've got this beautiful elegant pink very small flower. It's almost like a dried flower, just to give it an elegant touch of colour. Okay, so first things first, we need to make sure the Oasis fits into my display. So I'm just going to place it on there and roughly guess how much I need to cut off. So again, this doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's in your display and it's quite sturdy. So I've popped that in there. Quickly wipe my hands, and as you can see, it's quite a nice fit, quite a good guess really. So with this display I'm going to start with the stocks. So first of all, as always, I'm going to remove the additional leaf, but I'm going to leave these ones on where the buds begin. Okay, if there's any dead flowers then just pick them off because they don't fully bloom all the way. So I'm going to cut my stock first of all, and I'm going to put the first one in this top corner like so, slightly pointing out. Okay, it's also a good idea to look at the shape of your stocks if you're using them, because with this one I'm going to layer it. If I just turn to the camera, I'm going to stagger them. So I've got my first two here and then I want my third one pointing outwards. So I'm just going to look at the shape of these before I insert them, just to see how they would sit at the different angles in the arrangement. So I'm going to go for the smaller one on this opposite edge, purely because it's a bit more longer and it's a lot more narrower than this one. Okay, so with this second one I'm going to remove some more of these leaves until I get to these small buds, which are a lot smaller on this one than the other. So I'm going to cut a piece off and I want it to come to about here. So I'm just going to trim a bit by bit until I'm happy with the height. And again, you know, if you want to bring this one down, you just simply push it in deeper, or if you can't go any further, you remove and give it a trim. So this flower here is not looking so great, so I'm just going to remove that one as well. And I'm not going to add this one in just yet. So what I'm going to do next is add my foliage. Okay, so I've already cut again this down to size, and I'm going to pop this one around the edge like so. So I've cut them all down and I'm just going to go around and insert them in. Okay, so now we have the stocks in place. I'm just going to work my way around with the foliage, giving it a really good spread around all the edges. Just put some around. So as you can see, I have a line from corner to corner, so my stocks to my stocks, and I'm pushing the leaves outwards. Bring some around here, and some around the front. Like so. I'm just going to use this one. And I'm just going to pop this one in here like that. Okay, so as you've probably noticed, I've left this part here empty, and that's because this is where I want my stock to go. So you have to remember these stems are quite thick as well. They do take up a lot of room in the Oasis. So I'm just going to take this one out thinking about it. And I'm just trying to gauge how much of the stem I actually need. So I'm going to take a couple of these flowers off. And I'm just going to simply add this in like so. And you can see they're quite delicate. And I've purposely gone for one that's angled this way, even though it's coming back up at the end. As it leaves the stem and the flowers begin, it kind of dips down. So I've purposely chosen that one, so it forms the shape of my display. I'm then going to put this back in. Okay, so now for the roses. So I've got my roses again already cut down. And I'm going to take my first rose in between my first two stalks, like so. So I'm going to let them dominate the height of the display, and then I'm just going to fill my roses in at a very much lower height. I'm going to actually go for this nice big one in the centre of my display, but again you have to navigate around the stem for the stalk. Okay, so I'm going to stagger it slightly lower than this one, and I'm just going to take this petal off like so. Okay, for my third one, I'm going to go in down here, laying next to my stalk. And then I'm going to go for my third corner, because obviously the stalks have the fourth one. So again, cut them quite low and just slot it in. Because as I know I always say, I probably sound like a broken record, but the more flowers you add to your display, the less room you have in your Oasis. So you need to be very careful the more you add into your display that you're not interfering or moving anything else out. Okay, and I'm just going to put one around the back, and I think I just need another one over here at the front. So I'm going to go for a smaller rose. They're exactly the same, but this one's just not quite as open as the others. So I'm going to cut that one quite short. So we've got this lovely shape taking place. We've got the taller rose, and then we've got them staggering down. And I think I might actually go taller on this one. So I'm going to keep it to hand and get a nice new one. So this one just maybe cut slightly off, and then I'm going to make a new hole, because otherwise it'll simply slip into the old hole and may slip down over time. Okay, I quite like that actually. Just need maybe a taller piece of foliage, kind of bridge that gap that we have. Okay, so that is the majority of your display. So we're now going to add a touch of pink. But of course, some people just like to leave it exactly as it is. But I'm just going to get a bit more creative today on this one and add an additional colour. So I'm going to start again up here. And these flowers are nice because they curve, so you can manipulate where you would like them to sit. And I think they're just really elegant, and I think they just sit discreetly. I actually think this is giving it a really nice texture. Just going to pop that one down a bit lower. I think I'm going to put another piece here. Another little piece down here. I just feel like there's something missing in this back corner, and I might add another rose. But again, if it doesn't look right, I will remove it. So I'm going to take some of these guard petals off of this one. And again, this doesn't damage the roses, it just tidies them up, and it's reduced her size. So let me just see what she looks like if I add her in. Do you know what? I think I like her, but I don't think she's looking very well. So I'm just going to take another rose. I can remove some of these petals, like so. She's a nice size actually, look how beautiful she is. Oh, can you see? Very nice. So I'm just going to add her in around the back. But again, it's entirely up to you how many roses you'd like on this display. And that is my beautiful display. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please give this a go, it's very easy to do, and you can choose any style pot to give a different style arrangement. You can add additional bits and pieces, you can change the colours and the flowers that you use. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button, it really does help my channel, and please give me a thumbs up and leave any comments, and I will do my best to respond to you as quick as possible. Take care everyone, see you soon, bye!